And this is a competitive game where players are going to be playing as captains of their ships as they sail out into the open ocean and make all sorts of different discoveries on different islands, fight different NPCs and pirate ships, and even fight against different sea monsters. This is a game that plays over a series of rounds, with each round starting by advancing the Wheel of Time, and this can cause all sorts of different effects, like triggering sea monsters or pirates to attack any ships that are out in the open sea, or even causing players to draw an event card that can have a variety of different effects. Players will then move any of the NPC ships according to their routes, or by attacking any adjacent players if those ships happen to be pirate ships. Weather cards will then advance to the next card in the row, which can affect movement as well as other actions within the game. And since there is a row of these weather cards, you can always see the type of weather that's coming up so that you can prepare for it. After all of that's done, players are going to be drawing their hand of action cards and performing actions on their turn as they move their ship across the board. Players are going to have a certain amount of movement depending on their ship and the weather and the action cards that they might have available to them, but there isn't really any order between movement and using your action cards. Your action cards are just something that you're going to be using to augment the different actions and abilities that you perform on your turn. The current state of the board and the position of that player's active ship are going to determine which actions are available to that player, but if they're next to an island, they can use an action to reveal one of the island cards, and these normally present a few different options with varying benefits and risks that the players can try to attempt, which usually involves some amount of push your luck or rolling a die in order to try and complete some sort of test. If players have the appropriate resources, they can also build forts in order to control the surrounding waters, adding additional strength if they do end up in a battle there, and also gaining some other benefits as well. But players can also search those islands to discover treasure, or even visit the different ports and taverns in order to trade or recruit more crew onto their ship. Players can also choose to attack almost anything that they find adjacent to them, whether it's an NPC ship, a pirate ship, another player's ship, or even sea monsters out at sea. And these will gain you all sorts of different rewards and benefits, but some of these ships can also be boarded in order to try and take that ship as your own. There is a limit to the number of ships that players can control, but some ships are better than others for particular situations, and players might want to get particular ships in order to achieve their particular goals. Like I said, this one is a sandbox game, so there's going to be a ton of content for players to discover, and there's also a bunch of different ways that players can win the game, whether that's finding enough treasure, conquering enough islands, or even being elected as the governor of the Misty Waters. And not only can players upgrade their ships, but they can also upgrade their crew as well, which will gain them all sorts of different benefits depending on the type of crew they have on that ship, allowing them to sail through more treacherous waters or even be more proficient in battle. And if you are interested in this one, I will have it linked in the description below.